First up is Mystic River. So Mystic River is a 2003 movie directed by Clint Eastwood. I think my second Clint Eastwood directed movie. And it stars Sean Penn, my birthday bro, Tim Robbins, and Kevin Bacon, my second Kevin Bacon movie. This is a murder mystery thing. I don't want to give too much away about the premise, but essentially, those three guys are all childhood friends, and there's a murder that kind of brings them back together, essentially, and it's pretty solid. I ended up putting it in the liked category. It was a solid mystery, lots of twists and turns. I think I like how it ended. What really stood out to me the most was Kevin Bacon, like his presence. I was just like, oh hey Kevin Bacon, it's nice to see you again. And really, I just cared more when he was on screen. Like, I don't know, man, there's just something about him. I think I just need to watch more of his movies because he is pretty good. He's pretty good. But then, okay, so the other two main actors, so Sean Penn, my birthday bro, in high school, I had this really deep hatred for him, even though I hadn't seen him in like any movies, maybe one. But like, I just really hated him, and I was like, I just kind of have carried that hatred with me my entire life, and I was like, okay, but let's give him a shot. Let's actually see. This is probably just high school Charlie being all silly and high schooly. But then like watching this movie, I just didn't care for him at all. Like every time he was on screen, I'm like, go away, Sean Penn. No, I don't want this. And like, I know he's a very well respected actor. He's won plenty of awards and stuff, but I just did not care for him every time he was on screen. And then going off of that, Tim Robbins is the third lead, and obviously, I'd say probably his most iconic role is Shawshank Redemption, and I love him in that, as everyone should. But like, I think for me, he is so that character from Shawshank that I can't see him at anything else. Like, I've seen him in a few other movies over the years, and I'm just like, that's not right. You shouldn't be doing this right now. You should be Andy Dufresne. You're not whatever you're doing right now. And like, it's kind of like, I compare it to like, my dad has had a beard his entire life, or my entire life, and if my dad were to like suddenly shave his beard, like, nope, he would not be the same person. That's not my dad. So that's kind of what it is for Tim Robbins. Like, he won awards for this role, but I'm like, no, this isn't Andy Dufresne. Stop being weird and creepy. You're Andy Dufresne. But yeah, okay, I did like this movie though. It's not really liking Sean Penn or Tim Robbins didn't really like destroy my enjoyment of the movie. Yeah, like I said, I thought it was fine. I think it was middle of the road. It's a liked. So yeah. My neighbor thought that was funny, apparently. Cool. Now on to a Casino. A Casino is a 1995 Martin Scorsese movie. I think my second Martin Scorsese movie. And it stars Robert De Niro, my birthday bro, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci, and James Woods. Some of those people I've seen more than once, but I forgot to write it down, so I'm not going to tell you the numbers. But yeah, the premise of this movie is it's loosely based on a true story of when mobsters ran some casinos in Las Vegas, and they were skimming money off the top / laundering money. I forget if they were laundering. They were definitely taking money. But yeah, it's a classic. I think it won a bunch of awards. And honestly, I did not care for it. I'm kind of surprised how much I was just like meh about this movie. I mean, to be fair, I did watch the History Buffs episode of this like months ago, so I knew like a lot of the plot points and stuff, but like that shouldn't completely destroy my enjoyment of this movie. Like, their acting and stuff and their charisma should, help carry the movie because, they're all great actors. Going into it, I honestly thought it was going to be like just Martin Scorsese doing Goodfellas again. And I don't know. I don't think it was that. But like, it needed something that Goodfellas had. I think it needed Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta was so good in Goodfellas. Like, his charisma and charm was awesome. He nailed it. He really carried that movie. And like, again, all these guys are great actors, but like, I don't know. I didn't care about any of them, and I didn't care about the story or what was going to happen. It's just, yeah, I'm disappointed in how much I didn't like it. And it was too damn long. And honestly, the first 30 minutes of the movie were just narration. And I'm like, okay, let's move on to the story and not take freaking half an hour of just talking at us. So yeah, I put this in the meh category, which is so disappointing. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Watch another movie. I'm gonna talk about the next one now. Yay! And lastly, Perfume, the story of a murderer. F this movie so hard. This is a 2006 movie starring Ben Whishaw, sure, Alan Rickman, oh he's so good, Rachel Hurdwood, my exact day and year birthday, bro. Like, how cool is that? We were both born exact same day, exact same year. That's awesome. Anyway, and then it also has Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, this movie feels like, remember that episode of The Office where it has Jack Black, like Andy, Pam, and Jim are all watching a movie of Jack Black and some other famous actors, and it's supposed to be like a bootleg copy of like an Oscar bait movie. And it's, you know, just weird and creepy and strange and stuff, and it's clearly just a parody and whatnot. Yeah, that's what this is. It feels like it's trying to be a parody Oscar bait. Like, to paint a picture of this frickin' movie, it opens on a lone man in a dark jail cell, and he's just drenched in shadow. And then the camera like dollies up, gets closer and closer, and then as the music swells or whatever, I don't remember, he like leans out of the shadows. Just his nose is in the light, and then it cuts to the like beginning of the movie, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then like we see his birth, and he's a little baby, and as a baby he like grabs this finger, and I'm like, okay, that's what babies do. But then he like brings the finger up to his nose and sniffs it, and I'm like, oh no, that was dumb. And then like that's just the whole rest of the movie is just really dumb. Like, they don't understand the physics of how smell works. Like, you can't smell something. I can't even explain it. They just don't understand things. Okay, so like the main actor is a superhero somehow with smell. So like when he's a little kid, someone throws an apple at his head and he dodges it because he could smell the apple coming, even though smell is particles coming off of things, and then those particles coming to your nose and landing on your nose, and that's how you smell stuff. So like the gross example of that is when you smell a fart, you're actually smelling the gas that was just inside someone's butt. So like you need that smell to go through time. So like the apple is flying through the air faster than the smell is. Like the smell is not like flying in front of it or something. So you can't do that. It's, oh my God, this movie sucks so much. Anyway, but that's not even like the worst part of this movie though. It's because the main character, you know, is the murderer. And like, he's so freaking creepy. He literally stalks people. Like the first kill he has, he like smelt this beautiful woman from a distance, and he like chased after her through a crowd and stuff, and he just like got up real close to her and just was like smelling her and stuff. And then she like was like, hey, oh hey, do you want to buy some plums? And he just doesn't say anything. He just stares at her and smells, and then she's like, I'm gonna go now, this is weird. And then he just keeps following her, and then like just tracks her all the way down to her house, and then just attacks her and strips her naked, even though it's not sexual because he's supposed to be asexual, but he's definitely, it's I hate this so much on so many levels. No, like, but like they romanticize the hell out of him. Like, oh, you're supposed to be rooting for him. Like, oh, he's just, no one understands him. But no, he's a creepy murderer, dude. You're not supposed to sympathize with him, but like the movie really wants you to sympathize with him. And then like at the end of the movie, they make him into a freaking messiah character. Like after killing all of these women, I'm gonna spoil this movie, I don't care. After killing all of these women, he takes their essence, he distills them, and then he takes like their scent and makes this most perfect smell that makes literally hundreds of people have sex with each other in public. and like he could, the narrator John Hurt is just like, oh, he could have like sent this to the Pope and been like the next Jesus. And it's like, no, yes, smell is powerful, but it's not that. You don't understand how things work. Stop making, no, this creepy guy is not supposed to be the next Jesus. I don't care what you say. I hate this. I just hate it. I'm done with this.